Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. All the returning subscribers, the returning viewers, thank you guys so much for coming back to another video. Of course, I'm here doing a sit down video for you guys. It's been a while, I know, but nonetheless, here we are doing another sit down for you guys today, right? Now, before we get into it, guys, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment. Really helps out the video, right? So today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a step-by-step guide of what you need to do when you're applying for a college in Canada. Now, these are questions that a lot of persons have always been reaching out to me asking. Where should they start? What should they be looking for? And what's going to set them up for success in the future? So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So if you're interested, please stick around. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Welcome back. So you have made a decision to study in Canada and you are wondering, where should you start? What should you do, right? So as I said before, I'm gonna be going through different steps, what you should be looking for. That's gonna definitely set up yourself for success, right? Now, what I would like to say as well before I get into the video is that I am not an immigration consultant, not an immigration lawyer, affiliate, nothing of the sort. I'm just simply somebody who's been through the process, know so many persons who have been through the process, and I've decided to just share my experience with you guys, all right? Now, the first thing you want to do, guys, is to decide what program you want to study. Choose a program that I'd say is either in line with something you have done in the past, in terms of something that you have studied, something that you have experienced through the workplace, or choose a program that's in line with something that you see yourself doing in the future. That's also a viable option, right? But whatever program you choose, make sure that it's definitely in line with you as an individual, right? Don't just choose a program out of a hat, otherwise it's going to be very stressful for you. Choose a program that's in line with something that you have done in the past, either through studying or working, or in line with something that you want to do in the future. Now, I usually suggest we start with finding a program, because the program is one of the most important things. Now, you have chosen the program. The other thing that I suggest that you should be doing is researching about the different provinces. Now, all provinces in Canada is it's almost like its own little mini country. There's different rules, different regulation, but most importantly, different cost of living, right? So you earn more in some provinces, you earn less in some provinces. The housing market is different straight across the country. Some provinces, the housing market is favorable, and some provinces, the housing market is not favorable. You want to be looking at a province that gives you the best opportunity to transition in terms of not only the cost of living, but also in terms of employment. You want to make sure that you're choosing a province that there's quite a few job availability, and also PR friendly. Now, we do this for PR, right? That's why many persons choose to study in Canada. You want to make sure that you're choosing a province that is PR. The province that you choose to study, guys, it can make or break you. So please be sure to do as much research as possible as it relates to the provinces and the pros and the cons, and how it fits into your lifestyle and the way or you see yourself transitioning in Canada. Please pay close attention to the province. Now, you have chosen your program, you have done your research, and you found the province that you want. The right province can make or break your Canadian journey, guys. So please be sure to do as much research as possible before choosing to settle in a particular province, all right? Now, you don't necessarily have to limit yourself to one province throughout this stage. You can decide or select 3 provinces, for example, and say, okay, then these are my top 3 provinces. This is where I see myself, kind of thing. Now, after you have found the provinces that you are interested in and you have your program of choice, the next thing that you want to start doing now is looking for schools in these particular provinces that is convenient to what you want to study, right? Now, you're going to see a number of different schools. Now, when choosing a school, there's some things that you have to look for by itself. you want to choose a school that's most importantly on the DLI list, which is a designated learning institution, which is a public college. Because when you graduate from school, you're going to need to apply for your post-graduation work permit, and unless you have attended a public college in Canada, you won't be eligible for PGWP. Then you'll have to end up doing another program and probably another program in order to get a PGWP. So from the inception, make sure that whatever school you're selecting, and this is assuming that the goal is permanent resident and not just to study a program, right? You want to make sure that the schools that you are looking into is a part of the DLI listing in terms of it's a public college that offers PGWP. Now, in addition to making sure that it's a DLI, find a school in the provinces that you have selected that is located in a city that is convenient for you. Now, Canada is big, and you don't know how big Canada is until you actually get here, right? Now, each city has its own pros and cons as well. So in addition to choosing the provinces, you now have to look at the city that these schools are located in and see if you see yourself transitioning in these cities. Again, you're looking at the same factors. You're looking at the employment opportunities. You're looking at the cost of living and housing prices, the rental market. You're looking at the opportunity to become a permanent resident in that particular city. You're looking at just transportation, everything on an holistic picture, right? And see what makes sense for you. Now, of course, guys, you know that I'm a big advocate for choosing a smaller city in comparison to a bigger city, because as an international student, you're not gonna have, well, let me not say that, but it's more likely for you not to have a significant amount of financial resources that's gonna cause you to be able to survive in a bigger city like in Ontario, not Ontario, like in Toronto or Vancouver or places like those. But there's so many other small cities that's located close to the big city that can definitely give you a lower cost of living and still give you the access to the big metropolitan as well. So I always suggest a smaller city, but that's just my own preference. And that's one of the questions that you guys are gonna have to ask yourself. Do I want to go to a big town or a big city or a small city? Based on your own comfort and what you are looking for. I have heard too many horror stories of persons who have chosen the wrong school, chosen the wrong province, and even chosen the wrong city. And that's just because they didn't do enough research. You want to make sure that you're doing enough research a part of this process. Now, bear in mind, guys, up to this point, I have not discussed the tuition for the schools as yet. That's the next point that we're going to be looking at right now. So you have chosen your program. You have chosen your provinces. You have chosen your city of choice, for example. I know you're looking on the tuition. Now, the tuition for a lot of persons is the decisive factor, and that's usually on the top of your list. But I moved it down, guys, because it's not supposed to be on the top of your list, because some provinces allow you to pay a lower tuition, but then transitioning is a nightmare. There's not enough employment opportunity. Cost of living is through the roof. You can't find proper housing, rentals, property down, all sort of thing, right? So I always say you have to pick your poison. So you might make a sacrifice and pay a more expensive school fee, but then at least you know that you're going to a city that will allow you to transition properly in terms of there are so many part-time and full-time job opportunities. And in addition to that, housing pricing and cost of living is affordable as an international student. So you want to look at that from that holistic point of view, and don't just choose a college because it seemed or it might have offered you a lower tuition as well, right? So make sure that you're not choosing a college just based on the tuition affordability solely, but also you're taking all factors into consideration, right? Make sure that you choose a school that aligns with you as an individual. Call the school, talk to the international liaison person, find out information about the college and the colleges, the pros and the cons, read the reviews, do not ignore it. There are so many persons who make the mistake by applying for the wrong school, and then they end up losing a lot of money because they realize that they made a mistake, and then they apply for another school and then they realize that they make another mistake. Just do the research from the inception, and then that will definitely save you a lot of time and a lot of money as you go forward, right? So after choosing the tuition, all of those lovely stuff, this is where now you're gonna then apply for school, right? So you apply for the college. Usually a very straightforward process. You just go on the school's website and then fill out the application form. Some school charges you like a non-refundable $250. You apply for the school. Just make sure that you're looking at the prerequisites. Always ask me, do you think I'm gonna be accepted in a college with this or accepted in a college with that? Now I can't answer that question, but what can answer that question is the school website looking on the prerequisite of what that particular program requires, right? A lot of persons apply for programs and then they don't get accepted into the program because they don't have the prerequisite. Make sure that you're investigating and researching what prerequisite is required before applying for the program. I find, especially in Alberta, especially in Northwestern Polytechnic, yes, I find that as long as you have the required prerequisite, most times than not, you are accepted into the program, right? So take that into consideration. Another question persons ask me about applying for colleges. Is it expected for you to pay a 1-year tuition, 6 months tuition, 1 semester tuition, whatever? Now, the college itself do not require you to pay 1 year's tuition. However, not even IRCC don't really require you to pay 1 year's tuition. Now, I paid 1 year tuition and a lot of persons paid 1 year tuition, and that is just because we wanted to show our commitment to IRCC that we are actually going to school and all of these fun stuff. And in addition to that, you get the stress of school fee off your back, right? So it's really something that you don't have to do, but I did it, and a lot of persons do it because you want to show commitment and it takes the pressure off your back. I've known persons who have gotten accepted for the study permit by paying 1 semester, and I've known persons who have gotten approved by not even paying $1 on their school fee. Everybody thing is different. Just make sure that you are doing what's best for yourself in terms of your application, and the best thing you can do is to just do research. So let's talk about some common mistakes that people make when applying for colleges in Canada. Now, I've touched on some before in previous points, but I'm just gonna list it all out. And one of the biggest mistakes that persons make is not doing enough research as it relates to the school that they are going, right? They choose a school just because a consultant told them to choose that school, or they know somebody who attended that school, but they don't know how that school is gonna be aligned with them in terms of the city that the school is in, the transition opportunity, and all of those fun stuff, right? They choose a school simply because of the tuition being cheap, right? Those are common mistakes that a lot of international students make, and then when they get to Canada, they realize that they have made a significant error in judgment because they're now in a city that they can't transition, they can't find a job, they can't find suitable housing, and then they regret the decision altogether of coming to Canada. Do not fall into that trap. Another common mistake, guys, is just applying for a random program. A lot of persons just pick a program out of a hat, like something that doesn't even identify with them. Now, remember now, it's not just about getting the study permit approved, because after the study permit is approved, you're actually gonna have to go to school to do this program. So are you saying that you're gonna be going to school for a year, for 2 years, doing a program that you have absolutely no interest in, right? And that is a common mistake that a lot of international students make. And then because of that, they have to end up in a situation where they're extending their study permit because they have to transfer to another program. They fell out of that program, stuff like that, right? So choose a program that aligns with you, as I said, something that you have done in the past, you're passionate about, or something that you see yourself doing in the future that you'll definitely go through the school process of doing it, right? Don't just choose a program because it look cheap, or don't just choose a program because it look easy, because you're gonna have to actually go to the classes and do this program, right? Another common mistake that a lot of international students make is assuming that all cities and provinces are the same. And guys, it's totally different. Each province have its own culture, have its own cost of living, has its own way of life, and somewhat it's even its own accent, right? Each province is like its own little mini country. Canada is the second largest country in the world, and it's huge, it's vast, it's very, very vast. Where I'm at, I'm located in Grande, Prairie, Alberta. If you're watching this video from Jamaica, if you should board a plane right now from Jamaica to Toronto, you will get there before me, and I am in Canada. That's how big Canada is, all right, guys? So do not underestimate the fact that there are places that can make you and places that can break you. Make sure that you're doing enough research where that is concerned. One of my favorite quote, guys, is the 5 P's, right? I told you guys this already in previous video, but Proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. It simply means that when you are prepared, you prevent a poor outcome, right? Please, as best as possible, all prospective international students coming to Canada, please try and find accommodation before you get here, or at least have a plan to say, okay, then I'm gonna be staying there while looking for accommodation. Do not come without no form of proper planning, because you can become stranded, you can become homeless, right? Now there's so many people right now who's doing settlement service, yours truly as well. I do settlement services here in Grand Prairie and now recently Dawson Creek. We've been dabbling in Edmonton every now and again, and just reach out to us and we'll tell if we can do it, yes or no, kind of thing, right? Now what settlement services does, it is somebody who helps you transition, right? Find an apartment for you, pick you up from the airport, take you around to get your documents, drive you around to show you the most important places that you need to know in this particular city, help you find that first job, help you get that first grocery shopping done, point you in the direction that you can get your furniture and stuff like that. So these are things that a lot of international students and by and large a lot of new immigrants don't even think about, right? So as best as possible, see if you can find settlement services provider in whatever city you're going. Now say you can't find a settlement services provider. I mean, the world is digital right now, guys. Everything is on the internet. Go on the internet, look on apartments in and around the city that you are living, and just simply pick up the phone and call the apartment and say, oh, hey, can I get a virtual tour? Kind of thing. What's happening? What's the process? Kind of thing like that. I'll be coming there in a month. I'll be coming there in 2 months. The case may be. And you'll find that you can make your own connections. You can make your own links. You can make your own way, right? But you have to plan and prepare before you get here, right? So don't wing it. Make sure that you are doing your research so that you know every single thing as best as possible before you get to where you're getting to. Don't take shortcut on the research, guys. If you take shortcut on the research, it's gonna come back and it's gonna haunt you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Really helps me out, guys. En route to 6,000 subscribers. Almost there. Can't do it without your help. Smash a like on the video. Really helps out the channel. Really helps out the video. Takes a second. Completely free. Smash a like on the video and drop a comment. If it is that you're here as an international student, tell me, do you agree, do you disagree? What about what I said that you found interesting, or what do you think I should have expounded on more? Drop a comment and let me know, guys. If you're not even here as an international student and you're a new immigrant and there's a topic you want me to focus on, please don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section as well. Really appreciate it, guys. Check out my Calendly if you're looking for somebody to help you with a lot of explanation. Just a one-on-one, just to see how we did our process and how it can benefit you as well. We do also career coaching, and of course, guys, we do settlement services. All the links are in the description right down below. Please check it out. Please check it out. And while you're in the description, guys, you're gonna see that there's a birthday wish list, and that's because my birthday is coming up, guys. If you feel like you want to bless me, click on that birthday wish list, guys, and see what you can send my way. It'll be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, again, thank you guys so much, and congrats on making the decision to study in Canada, to migrate to Canada. It's not an easy decision. It's a very tough decision. You have done the hard work already. Hopefully I see all of you guys watching this video in Canada one day very soon. All right, see you guys in the next video.